So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today I would like to share a story with you. A story about a student. Now, this story about a student. Now, the student enters Form 4 this year. Now, there was a student. No, there was this student. He was entering Form 4 this year. And when he met the teachers who were going to teach him in the year 4, one of the teachers that caught his attention was his math teacher. And his math teacher was a unique character where she was picky, she was choosy, and she was very, very fussy. So the math teacher was that kind of character, but the student thought that he could cope with this. He thought that this he could handle, this he could take on, and he thought that this year would be very, very easy. And so after the first class, he saw that the teacher was very, very laid back, and he felt that math was a really, really easy subject. Then the teacher announced that a test was around the corner. So he prepared himself. Actually, he didn't prepare himself. He thought that all that he understood math and he didn't do anything. And when the results from the test came, the paper was given to him, and the paper was written in red, in which the letter F was written. And when he received the news, he was very, 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 very disappointed. And he was nerve-wracked when the teacher summoned him to the staff room. And when the teacher summoned him to the staff room, the student was scolded very, very badly. And this continued on with the midterm examinations, where he got failed again in maths. And this caused the teacher to be very, very cross at the student. And because of the teacher being very, very angry at the student, the teacher has blurted out some words that were inappropriate to the student, such as the teacher said that the student was an annoyance. The teacher said the student was a failure. The teacher said the student should not even be in that school, a prestigious school. And this caused the student to be extremely heartbroken. And in a flash, he ran out of the staff room because he felt very, very sad at what the teacher said at him. And because of this, he did not attend the teacher's classes. The math class, he had to learn about five times a week, every day. And he didn't attend all of those classes. And in all of the classes, he went either to the library or to the mosque, where he studied other subjects. And when the end year examinations were up, he thought that maybe if I could learn without that teacher just scolding me around, the student said if he could learn, I could learn. If I could learn without the teacher, he could succeed with enough determination. And when the examinations were around, he trembled in fear, he shivered, because he thought that he didn't do enough exercises. He didn't ask his friends who were expert at math enough. And he didn't think he covered all of the subjects, all of the chapters in math. And when he finally entered the examination hall, true horror struck upon him, where in the first 5 minutes, the first question, okay, everything was fine. The second question, ink was fading. He could still go with it. The third question, his pen was dead. No more ink. And he had only one pen. But he thought, hey, it's okay. I can borrow some pen from the guy next to me. And he asked that guy, he called for that guy for 15 minutes, which means that 20 minutes were wasted on just calling that guy next to him. And he just answered 2 questions. Okay, seems like he got a pen, he's got a calculator. Everything seems so fine. 5 minutes after that, his calculator was dead. Yes. And let it be known to everyone in this room that it was math, and calculator was an elementary in doing the exam. With the calculator dead, he couldn't do anything. He just sat down and stared at the ceiling. And that was when he thought that, well, my day of reckoning has truly come. But let me tell you that even though his calculator was dead, he had only 20 minutes to answer questions of the math paper, where finally in the last 20 minutes somebody has already completed the paper early and he can borrow the calculator. He only was able to answer 10 out of 20 questions, and he didn't even know whether 10 out of 20 questions were actually full mark answers. But in the end, when the results came out, what did he obtain? In his class, there were 25 people. 25 people, and only 8 passed the exams. The others, they failed. And he was one of those 8 people who did not fail in the examinations. So, what can we learn from this situation, this example? We can see through thick and thin, determination will get you everywhere. Determination is the true key, and even with your pen, its ink, an empty pen, even a dead calculator, you could get through anything as long as God is by your side. So, thank you.